What's up YouTube? This is Joe with Ink&Iron. Today I'm going to do the full review of the Benchmade Bugout. Let's go to my desk. Hey there YouTube, this is Joe with Ink&Iron, and I am here with my review of the Benchmade Bugout. I got this knife as a gift for a friend. I'm doing a Secret Santa, and I carried it for 2 weeks prior to this event, just to get a sense of how good it was and how good a gift I was giving. So I think it's going to be an appropriate gift for this guy. He's carried Benchmade before. He had a mini barrage that he had years ago, but he lost it, so I've been meaning to help him replace that knife for a while now. I happened to draw him as my Secret Santa, so this is going to him. Let's start from the bottom. The clip is deep carry. It's pretty good. Let me see if I have a handkerchief. Just kind of run it up there. It is pretty deep carry, just a smidge of the knife pokes out. You can see it does take on some wear, but overall I find it retains the blade in your pocket very easily. This knife does tend to disappear in a pocket. It is under 3 ounces. I couldn't find my scale. I think it's 2.7 or something. It really does feel thin and light. That being said, that is one of the downsides, is how thin it is. I tend to go for a little bit of a beefier knife handle-wise, just for comfort. I do have some scars on my hands. That does factor into my decision to generally take a chunkier knife, so, take that as far as you want to in terms of whether or not you'll like this knife. What next? The scales are okay. They're not incredibly grippy. They feel like an EDC knife should. It definitely doesn't feel like a tactical knife. There isn't that much real estate. I mean, it's less real estate than I would want, because if your hand comes slipping off this thing, who knows what happens then. Your opinion may vary. That's fine. Drop me a comment. So I would call this an everyday carry sort of affair. The thumb studs are okay. You can see this kind of requires a diagonal push, so I'm going out instead of just up. And so because of that, I have to kind of dig in to this gap here between the thumb stud and the scale. It feels a bit tight, feels a bit cramped, but it kind of makes sense for a knife so skinny and relatively small. The axis lock mechanism is very good. You can work it with just one hand, so that's nice. I would say it's almost free swinging, not quite. It's a smooth action. I'll definitely take it. Anyway, moving on to the blade. That is black coated. Does seem to be fairly durable. I've cut cardboard and plastic and tie down straps and jute, paracord, all kinds of stuff. I work in a lab, so you never know what kind of material you're going to need and or modify for the day. So yeah, it's been okay at that. Has maintained its finish. I'm not sure what's going on up here. I think it might be sticky. I didn't clean this. I have not touched up the edge either, so let's see if I can focus. It's not super shaving sharp. There's definitely some hairs on there. So, pretty good factory edge overall. I'd say it's akin to like a Spyderco or a Kershaw edge. It's about as sharp as you can expect coming from the factory. The jimping up here, hopefully you can see that. And hold on, let me grab a different knife and compare it. So here we have a Mannix 2, and I just brought it so you can see the scalloped jimping up on the spine. Very similar. I would say Spyderco's is a little bit grippier, but only because it isn't as recessed. At least it isn't with these micarta handles. So this adds a little bit of traction, but not a whole lot. Kind of take it or leave it on that. Lanyard hole. I never use them. I do appreciate that this stays in line with the silhouette of the knife itself. It doesn't kind of jump off of it and make itself a feature, which is nice because I don't think a majority of knife users use a lanyard. I'm just gonna put that out there. Let's see, action is good. The blade centering is okay. Let me see. You can see it's not touching the scales. However, it is also not completely centered. It has stayed off to this sort of non-clip side since I've gotten it. I received this knife and it was not perfectly centered. It seems to be working fine, so I'm just going to leave it as is. Plus, this pivot is such that you can't adjust it. Like, you can only screw in from this side. Yeah, so I don't think I can center it anyway. I have tried once before and it didn't work. What else? Oh, the price point was something I wanted to talk about. So I think this knife is like 140 something MSRP. I will put it down here, the correct amount. So it costs that much, and I got it for about $100, and that is on sale at Blade HQ. That's pretty expensive. We are in line with Spyderco's lineup of knives at this point. We got S30V, $100 price tag, glass-filled nylon handles. This feels very Spyderco. The Para 3 lightweight is a very similar knife to this. In fact, for a lower price point in general, I've definitely seen the Para 3 for under $100. So there you go. For 150 bucks or whatever, I would not buy this knife. For 100, I find it acceptable, but classic Benchmade, you are paying a lot for the brand name. Like, yeah, it's been a problem with them in recent years. Okay, so that is my 2 cents. Let me show you the knives I would have be competition for this one. Boom, here we go. This is a CRKT. This was the collab with Ruger. This is called the LCK, lightweight compact knife. This is fantastic, and this is like 30 bucks. It's definitely heavier than the Bugout, but if you're looking for another thing that kind of disappears in the pocket, that's pretty good because of how thin it is. And then this knife is thin this dimension. This is the Spyderco Chaparral and FRN. I think I got this for 90 something bucks, so we are in the same price ballpark as the Benchmade. And honestly, I like this knife better. Yeah, the finger choils here and the cutouts give it a better feel in the hand. It feels more secure, unlike this, which I feel like could be yanked out from my hand. And maybe it's totally irrational, maybe it's just me, but wanted to mention it. Okay, so that's it. I've been Joe. You've been watching Ink&Iron. Please like, share, and subscribe if you liked the video. If you disliked, hit dislike and tell me why in the comments. Alright, I will see y'all on the next video. Peace.